Right. Today discussion is about structures concept. First of all, what is a structure? How can we create that structure? It's a simple concept and only few examples are there and easily we can understand. So using primitive variables, look at this. Primitive variables can store only one value at a time. Can store only one value at a time. For example, int age is equals to 23. See here, integer is a primitive type and this is primitive type variable. Sir, I want to store multiple values of same type. I want to store multiple values of same type. Then you can go with which type? Array variable. Array variable, array variable can store multiple values, but of same data type. Same data type means what? Either all are integers, all are floats, all are double. Let us take here it is ages only. For example, 6 people age I just want to store. It's 23, 21, 24, again 23, it's 21 and 20, suppose. But sir, I want to store a record type information. Then you can go with that structure. Structure variable can store multiple values of different data types, of different types. Like we can store example record type information. Which type? Record type information. So let us take. How can we understand that? Record type information means structure, account structure, account. Account number is integer. Account number, right? Account number is integer. Account holder name. Account holder name is a character array. Balance in account is a float or integer. This is structure creation. Is an example. Okay. In the same way, for example, struct student is a student structure. I'm writing. Is the same. For example, student name. Student name. Next one is a student course. What is the course is a student is taking. Next one is a what is the fee of that course. See, these are the multiple values of different data types. So we need to understand, as we know that programs are used to store information. But what type of information we are storing? Is a single value or multiple values of same type or multiple values of different type? Different type means what? We go with the structures. Okay, note down this. See, once the structure has been created, how can we allocate the memory? Okay, how memory will be allocated and all. Suppose is a structure, any one structure we are taking, any one structure, just how memory will be allocated. Struct, let us take structure name is an employee. Structure name is employee. Here it is an employee ID I am taking, employee ID and employee name. Suppose is a 20 and employee salary we are taking. Employee ID, employee name and employee salary. But see here, this is just working like a data type only. Here, struct employee, this is a variable creation. E can store only one record. So this is variable to this structure. Then how memory will be allocated? How memory will be allocated? For three locations memory will be allocated. Three locations. This is employee ID and this is a name and this is a salary. And that address is collected by this one. It has a base address, some address, whatever. That E holds that address. E holds that address. And then how to access the data? There is no index 0, 1, 2. E dot ID, E dot name, and E dot salary. We can access locations using dot operator. Using dot operator. It's like, for example, look at this. If you are reading means what? This is scanf. Scanf. How can we read means what? Address of E dot ID, E dot name, address of E dot salary. For name, address is not required. And if you want to printing, printf, directly E dot ID, E dot name, E dot salary. So this is how memory will be allocated. Do this. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now here it is. How can we create? How can we store information and all program? We are just writing main. The variable I'm declaring in main. This is a main. Is a structure is the same. Here, see, if it is a normal variable like int x is equals to 10, how you store the value? In the same way, in place of int, completely you need to write a struct employee. This is data type. Here x is a variable now. In the same way, like employee, any variable. You can use x also. Or employee, suppose E and take it. E. Here, just like an array, we need to pass values in the same order. First integer, next string, and next float. Suppose integer is 1001. ID, name, string directly you can pass. And next one is a salary. For example, 35,000. Sir, multiple records I want to store. Then E1, same. Struct employee E2 is 1002 name. And here it is a salary. So then how can we display the information? Here it is. Just E1 details are, I already told you, percentage D is for integer, percentage S is for string, percentage F is for float. Just up to only two decimals I'm writing. You know how to display E1 dot ID, E1 dot name using the dot operator, E1 dot salary, E1 dot salary. In the same way, E2 details also if you want to display. E2 details, just E2 ID, E2 name, and E2 salary is a one. Once you run the code, look at this E1 details and followed by E2 details. Just all you need to add is a slash n. This is what storing two records, details and printing. Okay, note this. Okay, now I just want to read the details. I'm just declaring, look at this, only E or EMP. So any variable. Now I'm asking to enter the details. Printf, enter employee details. Then they will input the details. Input means what is a scanf? No? Is a scanf. Percentage D, percentage yes, percentage F. Please don't use comma separator or any separator while reading. And I already told you that you must use address. Address operator. Employee.id. For name is not required. Employee.name. Employee.salary. Okay, and printing. Just only name I am printing. Of course, anyway, we know how to print all. I'm not printing all. Just name I am printing. Employee.name. Employee.name. After reading. So once you run the code, now it is expecting output. I mean, input from us. Here it is a 1001 is a name like this. Is a salary we need to provide like this. And look at that output is. Got it? We are reading the input. Okay. Just write the code. Read input values into structure. right now. Here it is. How can we pass structure as an argument to function is important. Look at this. Passing structure as an argument to function. See, we have seen functions. To the function, normal values we pass already. But how to pass the complete structure? Directly, I'm taking the values. I'm not reading. Just 1001 chai 27,000 I'm passing. Here we are writing one function. Void function name is a display, suppose. But clearly you need to mention struct employee, which type you are passing. Variable name can be anything or same name. Inside we are printing, only name I am printing. Only name here also. Just name only printing, employee dot. But I already told you, here it is. Whenever you are writing the function prototype is very, very important. After structure, here void display struct employee. This is a very, very important one. Prototype of the function. For every function, prototype compulsory. Now we need to call display function, passing that employee as an input. When you run the code, output is a name J printing. Here, passing structure. This employee will go and store into this one and printing. Remember that this part is very, very important. Don't forget. Okay, do this. Next one, a function returns the structure. Same like how you are passing return type also. Function returns the structure. Just opposite. See, here it is. Function name is a get employee details. Just generally I'm writing any name you can use. Any name. We are creating the structure here. Here we are creating the structure. Just opposite. Okay. And it is returning. Return employee. See, normally think if you are returning 10, return type is what? Integer. Na? Suppose if you are returning like 10.3, what is the return type? Is a float type. Na? But now it is returning what? Employee. Employee is a which type? Struct employee type. So return type is a struct employee type. Return type is very, very important. This is return type of this function. So whenever you are calling the function, what is the function name? Get employee details. It will return that type. You are collecting into same type variable only, E or employee, any name you can use. Same here also. We are printing name of employee, E dot name. And you need to change what? Prototype you need to change. What is the return type? Struct employee. What is the function name? Get employee details. That is. So output will not change. But in the previous case, we are passing structure as an input to the function. Now the function is returning that structure. Function is returning that structure. Okay, do this. You're right. So practice this structures concept.